My rock climbers, we know how important it is to have happy and healthy hips on the rock. Not only do we need flexibility in our hips, we also need strengthening and mobility in the hips. So we use them for rock overs, we want to get close to the wall. And to do that, as well as having flexible hips, we also need to think about having strong and mobile hips. So to do that, you need to think about strengthening around the core region and into the glutes. So this is all what contributes to us having a stable pelvis. It's going to be so important in our climbing practice. It'll keep us injury free, climbing stronger for longer, which is the main goal. So here's 5 bodyweight glute exercises that will keep you not only injury free, but more efficient and better performing on the wall. Okay, so we're going to get started with curtsy lunges. So we're going to start in a hip width apart with the feet. You're going to bring your right knee towards your chest. So you're going to need to stabilize a lot through the single leg, which is what we do so much of in rock climbing. So from here, we're going to take the right leg all the way over to the left-hand side. Keep your hips as square as possible. You can put your foot down if you need to, otherwise hover. Drive through the left heel, bring yourself all the way back up to standing. Squeeze that left glute. So we're working through the glute medius here, the side of the glute. And that's one of the main muscles that we use to stabilize our pelvis. So as you can imagine, in our climbing, it's very, very important to have strength around this area. I'm really driving through the heel of the foot, but also grounding through the big toe. So we're having that kind of tripod position with the feet. Big toe, little toe, and heel. I might notice a little bit of instability around the ankle. See how my ankle is working like crazy to keep me stable. This is good. This is how we're starting to build the awareness in the ankle. Just slowly coming down and up. So heel. Don't worry if you're wobbling a little bit. That's all part of your body learning to stabilize. This is a really good thing. So I'm just going to take 5 more here. Aim to do 3 sets of 15 on each leg. You might feel a little burn in the ankle, so if you need to, you can just shake it out. See if you can keep your chest as high as you can. And definitely feeling that. Just take 3 more. Last one. Nice, so shake it off and do the other side. So you might find that one leg feels stronger than the other. That's very normal. This is actually a very good exercise for helping you balance that out. You can use that little foot on the floor if you need to. So even sending your mind-muscle connection will help here. So think about really activating through the glute, the right glute. When we reach the top, driving through that right heel will help to activate it a little bit more. So this is actually quite a nice one you can use for your warm-ups as well. Just getting that awareness, moving through hip range. Do a few more like that. Doesn't have to be fast. Slow and steady wins the race, as they say. Let's take a few more. Slowly down. Lift and drive. Take 4 more. So inhaling down. And exhale to drive through. Inhale down. Exhale, drive. 3 more. I'm definitely starting to feel my glutes waking up. Also my ankles a little bit here too, which is also really important in climbing. And last one. Good, nice work guys. We're gonna go. Okay, nice work. Shake it off a little bit. Okay, next one we're going to do is an all-4 reach. A lot of physios use this exercise. It's actually a really good way of connecting the upper body to the lower body. So we've got these slings, diagonal slings across the body. It's going to wake them up, get the core nice and fired up. This is great to use before your warm-up, otherwise just in your training in general. Basically can't do enough of these. So from here, just think about your ribs sucking towards your spine, pushing through the hands, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And then from here, just drive your right leg towards the back of the room, left arm all the way forward. Think about creating a straight line between your fingers and the heel of the foot. As you inhale, you reach further. As you exhale, start to bring your elbow towards your knee. Inhale reaches further. Drive through the right heel all the way to the back of the room. So by taking that heel all the way back, you're going to feel this glute engage. As much as you can, keep your heel in line with your hip. The exhale is in. Inhale to reach. Exhale in. Again, nice and slow and steady movements. Usually the way for control. I'm going to take about 12 on each side. inhaling, reach, and exhale, elbow to knee. A few more times like that. So you inhale, reach, exhale in, inhale to reach, exhale in. And from there, just slowly reset, take it to the other side. So right arm reaches forward, left heel back, drive through that back heel. Switching on, feeling that left glute engage, keeping it as stable as you can, ribs suck towards the spine. Inhale, reach. On the exhale, start to bring your elbow to your knee. Inhale to reach, exhale in. A few more there, and just take these at your own pace. Ready, 3 more. Nice. Relax there for a moment. Okay, so the next one we're going to go into is a bridge. Really good way for firing up the glutes. Also the hamstrings. The hamstrings start to get left out a little bit. The hamstrings need to fire really well to be able to make the glutes fire. So think about your body as one long connected body rather than individual pieces. Obviously, from here, from your feet about hip width apart, and then from here, lower it back down to the ground. And you just slowly start to think about your left knee coming all the way towards your chest. And then start tucking the chin a little bit in, so you're kind of in a little bit of a double chin. And from here, just lower back down to the ground, and then you're going to drive through the right heel, bring yourself all the way up, and squeeze it. So from here, you're coming into a bridge, so you're going to start to bring your left knee towards your chest, and drive a lot through the right heel. From here, drive all the way up, the pelvis lifts, all the way through the right heel as you bring yourself back down again. And take a few rounds like that, so lifting, and then down. So you start to feel the back of the hamstrings, the right hamstring in this instance, starting to work a lot here. Right bum is working a lot. It's an excellent move to do before you get onto the wall. You're going to aim for about 15 on each side. Again, you're going to do it for 2 to 3 rounds. So it's up to you whether you want to do this as a circuit all the way through and then do it 2 to 3 times over. Otherwise, you can just do continued, so bridge, back to bridge, back to bridge. Up to you and your time preference. That's where you're at. So 5 more. And 1, let's do the other side. So right knee towards your chest. Again, I'm just driving through the left heel, lower back down to the ground. So my pelvis is not back here. It's that the pelvis tucks under. It's going to activate your glutes. All this area around the pelvis. So we're stabilizing and strengthening around this area. So important to keep this area safe in our climbing practice. It's pretty susceptible to injury. We're making it strong and mobile. Really engage through the hamstring as well. So I'm driving through that left heel, hamstring and glute is on there. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Nice, starting to feel them fire up nicely. From here, we're going to move on to a side plank. We're actually going to have our knee on the ground. The main aim of this is actually our hip being lifted. So our elbow comes to the ground, elbow underneath the shoulder, knee in line with the elbow, and hip in line with the knee. So in a straight long line. And then from here, you're just going to slowly lift the hip off of the ground. Again, focus on the hip lifting rather than anything else. From here, slowly start to lift and lower the top leg. Just going to take it nice and slow and steady. It's not a rush thing. It doesn't have to be super high with the upper leg. Really thinking about engaging around the bottom of your hip area here. So from here, all the area around the right glute medius and into the external obliques is working super hard. So you're starting to feel the glutes working quite hard. So you're going to feel a little bit of referral on the top hip, but mainly in the bottom hip. So the right glute is working like crazy to keep you stable here. Also your external obliques working super hard, connecting all the dots around our pelvis. So keeping that, working the stability here. Do 3 more. Let's do 15 on each side on this one. 12 to 15, see how you get on. And 1, relax. Whew, I'm pooped. So it's up to you how many reps you do. You can do about 12 to 15. See where your level's at. Again, we do 2 to 3 rounds. One round if you need to. From here, hip is lifted, elbow in line with the knee. Slowly lifting and lowering that top leg. Really focusing on the hip lift. Slowly controlling that top leg. It's a bit of a secret assassin, this one. Soon enough, you get up and you're like, whoa, my glutes. Even though it feels much more core when we're in a side plank usually. Oh, similar, all connected. 3, 2, and 1. Ow. My hurts. I don't know about you guys. Just stand up now, and the last one we're going to do is we're going to do something that's going to work on your ankle mobility as well. So the next one, we're going to work a little bit of dorsiflexion with the ankle, so just the ability to lift your foot, so flexing through the ankle. This is still going to be working a lot around the hamstring, glutes and stability muscles, which is our main focus for today. So from here, you're going to come onto one leg, so right knee towards your chest. I want you to find somewhere on your mat or in front of it, you can put your heel. You're going to allow the left knee to come forward, tracking in line with the second and third toe. See where your foot goes, and then see if you can have that as a little spot to see where if you can keep putting your heel to the same point, or maybe even further. So from here, we're working a lot of range through the ankle. Don't worry about the knee going over the toe. We're actually trying to work our ankle mobility here as well. Thinking about squeezing the glutes, hamstrings on the way up. Slowly forward and back. And take a few rounds like that. Again, don't worry if you're wobbling. It's all part of your body learning the process. We're going to be stabilizing a lot through the ankle and the foot here as well. So I'm not trying to go super low on this. This is not a single leg squat. I'm literally just working on that control around the ankle and then around the hip on the way up. Single leg strength is so important in our climbing. Make us more badass on the rock. We've got 5 more. Let's do 15 on one side, 15 on the other. Still grounding through the left heel. Don't go as far if the heel starts to come off of the ground. Feel a nice active stretch around the calf as well here whilst we're strengthening it. 3 more. Just check that knee is still tracking in line with the second and third toe. Last one. Whew. Shake it out. Other side. So left knee to your chest. Maybe you can aim for a similar sort of spot that you did on the other side, but remember, left and right is often different. It's actually a nice way of ironing out the imbalances, eventually coming into as much balance as we can in our body. Slowly forward, knee tracks in line with the second and third toe. Again, don't worry if you need to come in and out of it or if you're wobbling. It's all part of it. Main thing is just thinking that knee comes forward, feeling the stretch down the back of the leg. And engagement around the top for the hamstring and hip. No wobble too. I think wobbling is learning. It's very good for us. 3 more. Last 2. And 1 more. All right, shake it off, guys. Well done. Thank you for joining me. So know that those exercises you can do as a circuit. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exercises and do them 3 times over. Otherwise, you can carry on first exercise, do the first exercise again, first exercise again. So it's just up to you how you want to work your circuit. You don't always have to do 3 rounds of it. Even 1 round of that is going to be a really nice way of getting into those glutes, stabilizing around the hips and keeping your pelvis nice and safe. So eventually you're working up to 2 to 3 rounds, anywhere between 12 to 15 reps, see what your, where your abilities lie. If you don't have time, you can always do 1 or 2 rounds of the set. This is excellent to use before you go into your climbing, so it's a nice warm-up drill. Otherwise, dispersing this between your training on and off the wall, it's just going to be a really nice way of keeping all the area around your pelvis and your core super stable. It's going to keep you injury-free, and also you're just going to be better in performing with your climbing. And notice that the more that I do these exercises, I get a lot less injuries. So otherwise, see how you get on. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I love to help with this stuff. Otherwise, happy training and happy climbing. See you soon.